Hello, guys, and welcome to today's episode of Madrid My DNA, the home of everything Madridistas, as we talk you through Real Madrid's latest and important updates. Kickstarting with today's agenda, Real Madrid medical team are urging injured superstar Vinicius Jr. not to rush his recovery process. We are going to talk on that in this episode as we move further, and shortly after that, we will quickly turn our attention elsewhere as Real Madrid president Florentino Perez is currently in talks with 50 to 60 teams in order to join the revamped Super League project. We are going to be talking you through that on this episode as well as we move forward. So please stay tuned right up to the end. Do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification bell so you do not miss on our next update. Vinicius Jr. has grown tremendously since arriving at Real Madrid, establishing himself as one of the club's marquee players. However, owing to his dynamic play style and the increasing workload he has been facing in recent years, injuries have befallen the Brazilian star more often. And last month, he tore the femoral biceps muscle in his left thigh during the international break with Brazil. Reports came out to state that Vinicius would face a period of 2.5 months out on the sidelines, with a return expected in February. Now, according to Jose Felix Diaz via Marca, Vinicius is rushing the recovery process and Real Madrid asked him to calm down. The Brazilian intended to resume playing before the year ends, but the medical staff feels that if he returns earlier than expected, he may experience problems down the line. As per the report, he has been working out on the grass for the past 2 weeks, daring to hit the ball, and if it were up to him, he would already be working with his teammates. Even so, the club believes Vinicius should beat his time, especially with the crucial phase of the season yet to come, starting with the Super Cup in Saudi Arabia. The Brazilian has played 10 league games and 3 Champions League games thus far this season, but only 5 of those have been completed. Having already managed the player's gradual return to competition following his first injury, Carlo Ancelotti is taking the necessary steps to ensure a relapse does not occur. The manager, the player, and all of the medicals and recovery staffs have determined that there is no reason to roll the dice. So, having discussed and concluded with that, we are going to quickly turn our attention elsewhere as Real Madrid president is in talks with 50 to 60 clubs over the revamped European Super League. The European Super League was an idea too progressive and bold for its time. The project was spearheaded by Real Madrid's Florentino Perez and eventually triggered support from several of Europe's elites before they all dispersed in fear of the consequences. The Real Madrid president, however, has not given up on the project. He sees it to be the future of football, a model that centers around the betterment of clubs and hopes to make it a reality soon. As revealed by Vox Populai's latest report, Perez is currently in talks with around 50 to 60 clubs to start the new European Super League. The competition would have the teams split into three divisions, akin to UEFA's hierarchy of the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League. The Spanish administrator is pushing for the clubs to abandon the UEFA project and take part in the novel initiative. After all, an autonomous Super League would benefit a number of clubs immensely from a financial standpoint. The European Court verdict on the UEFA versus ESL case will be given next week. Needless to say, a lot hinges on the judgment. While the Super League was initially dubbed as a difficult model to pull off, it appears that UEFA have virtually stolen the concept and incorporated it into the Champions League. The 2024-25 edition of the competition will host one giant pool of 36 teams as opposed to the usual system of 32 teams in 8 groups of 4. The teams will take part in an 8-round Swiss tournament where the top teams will qualify for the remaining slot will be decided based on 2 legs knocked out. So having talked on that, we have come to the end of this episode. Thanks for following us right up to the end. See you next time, and Hala Madrid to us all.